Hello and welcome to round 2 of NEAFL TV, a round which got off to a shaky start with the cancellation of the Eastlake and Balconnen match on Friday. That game will be rescheduled and played later in the year. Talking of shaky starts, the Gold Coast Suns are now 0-2 in season 2014 following a loss to Brisbane on Saturday. At Metricon Stadium on the Gold Coast, as a curtain raiser to the Suns and Lions senior clash, Brisbane bolted from the blocks in the opening quarter, kicking 5 goals to Gold Coast 2.
Intercepted there by Rayner, kicks it to the goal square, dribbles through, and that'll be a goal to the little fella.
Things went from bad to worse for the home side in the second quarter, the Suns hemorrhaging 5 unanswered goals and trailing by 8 goals at half-time.
Leans in, oh, it's Buick up the back! Oh, you little rippy drop mark of the year in the AFL last week. He's got a contender this week.
The Suns improved slightly in the third quarter, kicking 3 goals to Brisbane's 4.
Towards goal, what a beauty! What a great kick from Timmy Sumner.
But the Lions had the game wrapped up by three-quarter time, in front by 61 points.
And there's a goal, thanks very much.
The Lions did not let their foots off Gold Coast's throat in the fourth term, kicking 6 goals to 2, rounding out the game very strongly. Jackson Payne was outstanding with 5 goals.
It looks on target. Is it bounce? It's over the line. Fantastic goal, end-to-end football by the Brisbane Lions.
New Lions coach Gary O'Donnell was understandably pretty pleased with his troops.
Yeah, it was a situation, a hot day, so you want to control the ball, and at times early in the game too, we went too fast, so we carried the ball from one end of the ground really quickly, and we couldn't really defend that very well if we didn't score. So as the game went on, we lowered our eyes more and hit targets and kept control of the ball and had a bit more composure.
At Ainslie Oval on Saturday afternoon, we got our first look of Redland for 2014, and they were very impressive. The Tricolours opened their account with a solid win over Hills Eagles last weekend, but it was apparent from the outset Redland were going to prove a much more difficult proposition. So 5 goals to 1 in the first term, things were a little more even in the second quarter. 2 goals apiece, but Redlands held the ascendancy by 22 points at the main break. Ainslie came roaring back into the contest after the main break, piling on 6 goals to Redlands 3 to get within 5 points at the last change. But just as quickly as a boil-over win was on the cards, Redland restored order, kicking 6 goals to 1 in the final term to eventually run out 38-point winners and open their account for 2014. Very strong finish there from Redland. They open their account with a good win. To another game now where a Queensland club travels south. Southport came to Sydney to take on Hills Eagles. The Eagles began their season with a sound loss last weekend, while Southport got on the winners list, and it was clear from the outset the Sharks were the better side. After a slow start, the Eagles worked their way into the contest and sometimes onto the shoulders of their Southport opponents. Both sides kicked 3 goals in an evenly matched second term, but courtesy of their fast start, it was the Sharks who led 58-29 at half-time. Like the second quarter, there was very little between the sides in the third term, each team kicking 1 goal and Southport leading 9 goals to 5 at three-quarter time. Still in touch at three-quarter time, the Eagles' hopes of winning a first game for 2014 quickly evaporated as Southport got the better of general play. Former Broadbeach big man Mitch Brewer was swung forward and marked everything in sight, though he didn't bring his kicking boots. He finally split the big sticks with the last goal of the game before almost splitting a teammate's head open with an overzealous celebration. Now to the weekend's most highly anticipated match. NT Thunder, the 2011 premiers, took on last year's grand finalists Aspley in Darwin. John Blair's Hornets opened their season with a crushing 153-point win last week, but there was no chance of that against a red-hot Thunder in Darwin. After being blindsided by the Thunder's electric 7-goal opening quarter, the visitors worked their way into the contest after quarter time, kicking 4 goals to NT's 3 to close the gap. In perfect conditions for football, the match developed into a bit of a shootout. The home side had 15 goals to three-quarter time to Aspley's 11, the Thunder leading by 21 points at three-quarter time.
Right half forward, can he finish off? Yes he can, he's excited.
Led by an inspirational performance from midfield dynamo Cam Eilert and 4 goals from Rioli and Ewing, Xavier Clark's men registered their second win of 2014.
Goes an NT Thunder here at TIO Stadium, make it 2 in a row here at the Fortress.
From TIO Stadium in the top end right down to Spotless Stadium in Sydney, Sunday morning saw the Giants take on the Swans. It was an early morning start at Spotless Stadium for the Giants and Swans, the match a curtain raiser to the Demons and Giants senior clash with some of the best young talent in the country on display.
Has dropped it, and there's the first goal for the Giants. Persistence pays off. Fantastic start.
In a high-intensity, closely contested game, the Giants were left to rue several missed opportunities. Despite the damp conditions, there were plenty of highlights, with young guns from both sides trading long-distance goals.
Passes off to Brendan Jack. He penetrates it forward towards goal. Is it going to go through? I think it might have. Much more promising on this occasion, though. Great kick to Wilson. He could go all the way from here, Patrick. Wilson takes it to the 50, has a couple of bounces. Nathan Wilson lines up. It looks good. He likes it. He points to the stands. And Nathan Wilson has kicked the 6th goal this afternoon for the Giants to put them back in front.
Sydney's accuracy kept their deficit to just 6 points at half-time. With the game played at a frenetic pace, legs began to tire late on, but it was 2 goals from the Giants that saw them get the job done.
Lear's getting back. He's not going to get back in time. And Wiley kicks one for the Giants. The crowd going bananas here. He pulled up short now. Tom Boyd's rising. The Giants snap around the corner there by Sumner. Is it going to roll through? Off the ground. I'm not sure to credit that goal to Sumner, or in fact his teammate, but the Giants, as the hooter goes, an incredible comeback win. The UWS Giants have defeated the reigning premiers.
Ooh, early contender for match of the season right there. To the weekend's final game, Sydney University travelled to Queanbeyan to take on the Tigers. A raft of high-profile recruits in the off-season has the students poised for a very successful year, and they started strongly against Queanbeyan. After registering a solitary behind in the first quarter, it didn't get much better for the Tigers thereafter, kicking 5 points in the second term and trailing 6 goals to none at half-time. Queanbeyan finally kicked their first goal in the third quarter, but it was little consolation for the home side. The students running rampant, leading by 62 points at three-quarter time. Led by midfield dynamo and future doctor Tom Ayton, the students were impressive, running out 15-19, 109 to 5-7, 37 winners. That's it for the games in round 2. Now to a fantastic new segment you are going to love. Mark and Goal of the Week. Our first nomination from the Sydney Swans, a youngster, Jack Hiscox.
His own here on the outer side. He's got McCarthy converging on him, tries to step in, can't. Membray with a nice little hand pass inside. Great little step and footwork there from Hiscox. And the Swans have got their second goal.
Oh, there was a pick-up, a pirouette and 6 points there. Very exciting stuff from an up-and-coming star. Talking of up, one of the biggest men in the competition, Mitch Brewer, took a screamer on Saturday. to the ladder, and Southport and NT Thunder out in front as the two teams on 8 points, followed by Sydney University, Aspley, Redland, the Swans, Lions, Ainslie and UWS, who all have one win. Sydney Hills, Gold Coast, Queanbeyan and Belconnen are yet to open their account in 2014, and Eastlake, unfortunately, the Demons are yet to play a game. Round 3, and Belconnen takes on UWS Giants to open the round. Redland play the Lions, Sydney Hills and Sydney University clash in a tantalising derby. The Suns play the Thunder, the Swans host Queanbeyan, Southport play Aspley, and to round off round 3, Ainslie clashes with Eastlake. That's it for the second episode of NEAFL TV for 2014. Don't forget, check the website, check the app. I'm Sam Canavan. See you next week.